I feel upset. And I'm just like, you know what? This is a good time to just process it more, let it out. And if I'm really being honest with myself, you know, I dated that ENTP for like a year. You talk to someone on the phone every single day for hours a day, usually, you know? And then poof, it's just over. You know, it really shook me up. And I think my Enneagram 4 side was like, fine. You're gonna reject me by ignoring me? Fuck you. I reject you first, motherfucker. Which he's a 4 as well. So he may have even come back had I not responded the way I responded. But the reason I responded that way was to burn the bridge. I did that to burn the bridge. And I didn't expect him to come back. ENTPs don't come back. That's my perspective. I feel like ENTPs don't come back. Not usually. They need you to go after them because after all, they are psychologically the weakest of all the types just because of the way their functions are. That's just the way it is. So technically I feel like they have the hardest time becoming strong. It's not their fault, it's their wiring. It's hard to, like, I'm still not 100% sure about how shrooms work. Like, it's showing you things. But I also feel like in the metaphysical world and the spiritual world, like with what your guides are showing you, I feel like they're orchestrating things to be what you need in that moment. And narcissistic people, because I've been narcissistic, I've definitely been narcissistic. Like, if you read one of those Enneagram books about the 9 levels of health, I've been through every single of those levels. It's really just like an immature psyche. Like, my NI child has been narcissistic. My FE, my FI, my SI, like I've been narcissistic before. And sure, a lot of narcissistic people, they're gonna stay that way. But I feel like it is possible, if someone is aware of their narcissism, to gradually heal, to gain maturity, gain more clarity, gain more self-awareness. It's a long road, but it can be done. I feel like as an ISTP, that gives me a leg up with other types because I do have TI Hero. And I feel like ISTPs by default are strong people, capable people, usually intelligent people, and we can figure things out. We have a strong grasp on reality, even if, like me, you're very kind of like off in the clouds. There's always a foot on the ground. Whereas like a person with high extroverted intuition, or I feel like they maybe don't have as strong a grasp of reality, and the extroverted intuition can just be like out there, making connections with everything, like, and their sun sign is so low in their stack, you know. I'm not trying to like start crying or anything, but yeah, I had said I don't miss him at all, and it was true when I said it, but it also, I think I was kind of like not letting myself. Like, of course, it was far from a perfect relationship. There were issues, and I think he had some issues around certain topics that I'm not going to talk about. But still, it sucks. And like I saw so much. I really believed that there was something there. Like, that's why, well, it's one of the reasons why I let go of the ENFP. I mean, with the ENFP, I was like, this isn't this is not gonna happen. There's no possibility of a relationship here with the ENFP. Like, I don't even see that as a possibility, because he won't even give me a chance to be in his life in any kind of consistent way. Like, I have healing energy. I know I have the ability to help him, you know, improve his life, increase his health, all like that. I mean, I'm a Templar. I'm an ISTP. It's what ISTPs do. But he didn't give me that opportunity. He didn't. So I was like, okay, like, there's no way this isn't gonna work. That there's no chance. But with the ENTP, I saw that possible future. And yeah, I knew it was going to be a hard road. I knew there were going to be a lot of obstacles. And, you know, he needed a lot of time. SI inferior, it's afraid. The inferior function is terrified. But this ENTP, like, he was facing his fears. He was facing them. He made so much progress. And yeah, the shrooms told me he had all these malevolent intentions and things like that. I don't know. I feel like that was spirit saying, hey, it's time to move on, okay? I'm not saying he's the right one for me. I don't fucking know who the right one for me is. Sometimes I think maybe no one is the right one for me. I think the right answer is, I am the right one for me. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I want a partner. I want a love of my life, and I don't want it to be me. I want it to be a man. I feel upset. I feel very upset. And I was also thinking about SI inferior. In one of the recent videos, I was talking about an ENTP that was an acquaintance, maybe becoming a friend. And then he ghosted me, like blocked me on everything. And I'm pretty sure I know why. Because I had asked him a question, and before I asked, I was like, hey, this is kind of a sensitive topic. Is it okay if I ask your opinion or your thoughts, something, whatever? And he said yes. And after I asked it, because he didn't respond right away, like he read it and then he didn't respond, and I was like, shit. And it dawned on me, this question probably made him really uncomfortable. Plus, I think ENTPs and ENFPs, I feel like those types have a high rate of being sexually abused. And so that topic may have been something that was way too much. I mean, first of all, okay, I'm a 4, an Enneagram 4, 1111 on the timer. I can talk about any topic. Like, there's rarely a topic that feels uncomfortable for me, unless someone's specifically asking me about something and I don't want to talk to them about it or something. Like, but if I'm feeling open with someone, like, they can ask me anything, really. Like, no topic is off limits. Like, if I feel like I'll have my guard up with certain people, especially men, because I just feel like men are always trying to get something from me or manipulate me in some way, because that's been my experience. So that would be a reason for me to be like, no, like, I don't want to talk about that. But if I felt safe with the person, like if I didn't feel like they were trying to get something from me or manipulate me or something or judge me, then yeah, I'll talk about anything. Like, no topic is too deep for me. I don't even feel like anything is deep. But there's a lot of types out there that it really bothers them. And like, I noticed this with when I was, a few months ago, when I was like, okay, I'm ready to date now. I already talked about that ENFP. Okay, then there was the INFP that I felt really excited about. I did a video on, oh my god, like soulmate type of stuff. Yeah, I got a little excited, didn't I? It was because it's like we were voice texting for like 4 days. So I really enjoy voice texts because you can hear like their personality, their tone of voice. Like, there's a lot that you can tell when someone's speaking, way better than just texting. And so I felt connected. Like, he had this energy of being very direct, which when you think of INFPs, like, I don't really think of INFPs as being direct, but he was. He had like a very Enneagram 8 energy. I don't believe he's an 8, but that was like the energy I was feeling off of him, like just very sure of himself. He had solid opinions on things. We were interested in similar topics. Like, conversation was just great. It kind of felt like he had like a protectiveness streak about him. Yeah, it just seemed great, and he was good at validating. But I think what happened with him was, because I did end up stopping by his house on my way home from my road trip, because he lived an hour and a half away from me, so it made sense to like stop by so I don't go all the way home and then have to like go back and visit him or something. It just made more sense to not have to do extra driving. So I met him, we hung out for like 3 hours, which was cool. Like, he had a cat, but I noticed that like I would try to, like, there were a lot of moments of silence, and at one point I was like, So, because I'm trying to be open and honest and transparent, right? So I'm like, so I feel really uncomfortable, like, because I'm used to going really like deep and just talking about deep topics, but I realize it's like a healthy thing to like take your time more. I just wanted to share that it's hard for me. And so he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. Like, it's a healthy thing. I just wanted you to know, like, it feels uncomfortable for me. And he's like, well, I mean, I will go deep. It's just, it'll take time to get there. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Thank you. And I noticed, okay, there was this, before that conversation, like, I don't know, 20 minutes before that, I was trying to ask him deeper questions, and then he asked me a question, and I was like, oh, well, this one time back in the day, it was like a suicidal type of moment that I had, and I shared that. It made him really uncomfortable. Like, he definitely was not an Enneagram 4. I actually think he might have been a 6. Maybe a 6, 9, 4, but not a 4. I wasn't as dominant. But, so he was really uncomfortable, and he said, I think my cat's uncomfortable right now. And then he got up and he went to go like get his cat. Now, obviously, his cat was not uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable, but that was his way of like stopping the conversation. And so that was interesting. But yeah, anyway. So, I mean, it's very possible that could have eventually evolved into something. But the thing was that after that day, his texts, there were no more voice texts. And then it was just kind of texting, but like 1 or 2 lines, very like surface level, which I don't do that very well. I don't do surface level. It's boring. It feels like a waste of time. But I was like, okay, this is how dating is. Give him a chance. Give him a few days. And I don't even think it was a week. And then I was like, okay, I'm just not going to respond. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's driving me nuts. I'd rather just not talk. And then, 2 weeks of silence. And I was just like, good. I hope he doesn't text me anymore. And then he comes back. And then it's more surface level. And I'm like, oh my God, this again. So I was like, okay, we'll try this. Went like 2 times in a row. And then I was like, okay, no, I stopped responding. And then a couple days go by. And this time he reaches out and he is a little more engaging. So I'm like, okay, this is more like it. But then he's talking about like a problem he's been having, like he's been having this pain. And then so I'm in like solving problem mode and I'm like, oh, well, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? And it was nice because he didn't like shut me down. He would just be like, oh yeah, I've tried that. Oh, it's been a while since I tried that one. But then I was like, a man in his divine masculine, like, I don't know, it's kind of a turnoff for him to just be talking about like his problem and like complaining about it, which it wasn't like complaining or whining, but I just felt like, I mean, for the last month, I've been like thinking about like, this is not the guy for me, right? And then now when he's finally being more engaging, you're talking about your pain. And then he's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna masturbate before I go to bed. And then, see, I feel very sensitive about my boundaries, especially just now, like, especially these last few months. I just feel very protective of myself. And so him saying that, I was just like, no, that's disrespectful. Like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not the kind of person to ghost, but I'm like, you know what? He's an adult. He's, what, my age, almost my age. He should know better. And I just blocked him. So, yeah, that was it. I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I get that people need to, like, see what they can get away with, whatever, but, like, I don't know. I just feel like respect is respect, you know? And yeah, I could have been like, that's not okay, don't talk about that or something, but I don't know. I felt like the conversation just wasn't getting deep enough. It wasn't, yeah, I was just like, this is a waste of time. Plus he lives an hour and a half away. Like, I'm not planning on visiting him anytime soon because, like, he's not really motivating me to want to visit him. And he stopped asking me questions, like deep questions about myself. So I just, yeah. And that's how I feel about the ENFP, the one that I saw last week. I just feel like, I mean, he's selfish. And I'm feeling very sensitive about people that are selfish, you know? Like, I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. No, why don't you show interest in me? Ask me questions. Get to know me. Make me feel special. So, yeah, I'm not even feeling attracted to him anymore. I'm feeling, I don't know. I don't know. He used to be the most attractive person on the planet to me. And it's like, okay, was I just under the spell? I don't know. I don't know. But, and it doesn't help that he's like, never talks to me. You know, like what, you reach out, have a conversation, and then you disappear for another 3 months? No, there's no relationship to have there. How do you think that makes me feel, man? And I'm an ISTP, like actions mean a lot. And then when you give me nice words, it just lacks heart. Like, it seriously just sounds like bullshit to me. It does. And like, I'm so tired of people using FE to just try to smooth things over. Like, okay, you said something nice to me, so that makes it all better. No, it doesn't make it all better. No. You call me to your house, and then what, you're trying to, like, you call me there so you could get something from me. Okay. No thanks. See, I feel like the ENTP, he, in a lot of ways, was not selfish, but his selfishness came from SI inferior, for sure. For sure. Like, when I would ask, hey, so, like, if I was there and then I got in, like, an accident and I needed you to take care of me, would you take care of me? No, he wouldn't. Okay. Well, would you at least send me home so my parents could take care of me? Silence. I think the ENTP, if it didn't serve him in some way, then it wasn't something that he would be willing to do. So like, yeah, when I visited, it was cool. Like, he would make dinner for us, and he made really good stuff. You know, he was trying to be in the masculine energy, and so I was trying to be in the feminine energy, and you know, I don't mind a little bit of the control. I don't mind. There's a lot I didn't mind. Like, it doesn't bother me. I just don't want to be taken advantage of. I don't want any malevolent intentions. But for damn sure, like, if I need you to be there for me. And that's just something he would not be willing to do. So, okay, that makes me miss him less. I don't miss him anymore after saying that, after remembering that. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to focus on why I don't want the person. Why I don't want the person. Okay. I feel better. Yeah. I feel like I'm ready to date, but like, I'm not gonna do shit until 2026. Like, I feel like 225 is a total, like, I think anyone I meet or start talking to in 2025, I feel like it's destined to just explode, drown, fail. I'm not gonna bother. And the psychic said, oh yeah, wait 2 or 3 months. But, you know, she said a lot of things. I don't know. I don't think it matters. All you gotta do is just follow your passion as much as possible. Keep your vibration high. Attract the positive things. I don't know. I'm kind of upset that I have to go look for a job, you know? I mean, I am looking for a job. What did the shrooms tell me? The shrooms told me I don't have to work anymore. And then when I had that psychic thing a few months ago, and I was like, is that true? And she's like, oh, let me check with my guides. Oh, well, you don't have to have a 9 to 5. You could just do what you're doing, which is like your tarot readings and crap like that. Yeah, well, I'm out of money now, so yeah, it just kind of makes me lose faith in all that, because it's like, sure, that might be true. I don't ever have to work again, but also all time is now, so maybe that time will happen in 50 years, linear time, you know what I mean? So, sorry. I shuffle my cards like all the time. It's just kind of like something to fiddle with. And I have all these boo-boos on my fingers. It's just been so frustrating. Like, the thing I want the most in life, please don't start crying. It's just like a family, somewhere I belong, someone to love me, someone I can love, the whole shebang. I mean, I am grateful that my dad and I are like good now. I'm grateful that even though my son and I have had our issues, I know I've failed him in many ways. I've also done a lot of good, which, I don't know. I think when you're a kid, you think more of your parents' mistakes than what the positives are. But I don't know, I'm grateful that we still have closeness, even though it doesn't feel like it a lot of the time. I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful he's a really beautiful person. Beautiful person. Yeah. When I visited a family member for Christmas the other day, they have 2 young kids, 3 years old and 1 year old, and I was feeling really sad. I was feeling like I want another kid. I want the family. And I was like, okay, let the sadness pass. But yeah, I want that. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say. I don't know. I feel like no matter what I do or where I go, like, it's not going to be as enjoyable without, like, my person. Because, like, when you're in love and you have your person and you're nurturing each other, it's like your happiness just kind of is at an all-time high, which totally elevates your vibration, gives you all this energy, and then all of a sudden, everything in the world is easy. Oh, I gotta work full-time? No problem. I get to go home to my person. I love this. Like, it just makes everything better, more exciting. Damn it. I feel sad again. Don't think about what's missing. Think about what you're grateful for. Yeah. I am grateful that one day I will find my person and we will live happily ever after. Oh, okay. And I trust that that's gonna happen. Yeah. But it's okay to be sad, though. It's okay to be sad when, like, you know, you had a relationship that just felt so promising. Like, because when it ends, you're not just losing, like, someone to talk to, someone to, like, tell you they miss you and tell you they love you and, like, teach you things about things, and, like, you look forward to visiting them and, like, holding hands and walking in the forest and having these really cool synchronistic experiences. Like, me and the ENTP had a lot of synchronistic experiences together. It was, like, amazing. I didn't even know about synchronicity till I, like, met him, you know? I mean, it was really magical. Like, I wrote them all down, but I left them at his place and he was probably destroyed them since then. But, like, we saw a bald eagle twice. One of the times it was right above his trailer park, like, circling right above us. Like, what are the chances of that? Okay. And then this other time we were starting to walk out of the forest, and then this bird was just, like, ushering us out of out of the place for, like, I don't know, 7 minutes. And then we saw 2 turtles kissing, the first time I met him, and he took me downtown, and then there was a singer singing At Last. That was around the time I sang At Last, because I was like, oh, At Last. It's on my channel somewhere, but there were just so many things, and it was just like, wow, Spirit really wants us together. I mean, literally the evening that I made the decision to move on from the ENFP, it was the day I picked him up from the airport. I drove him home. We got into a big disagreement. He was behaving very, like, emotionally dysregulated. And then finally I was like, fuck this, I'm done. Like, this is going nowhere. You know, I've done so much for him. I've been this and this and this and this, and he just keeps doing this and this and this. Like, fuck this, I'm done. Fuck this. And then so I left. I look at my phone and I have a message from the ENTP, and I'm like, divine timing. Perfect timing. And that's when our relationship started. I mean, not like committed or anything, but that was the start of the relationship. It's like Spirit wanted me to get away from the ENFP, and Spirit was like, hey, not only will this ENTP be a vehicle for you to get away from the ENFP, because he's just causing you so much pain, but also you both have a lot to learn from each other. You and the ENTP. Yeah. I don't know, it just sucks. You know, and we had that whole plan to like live the van life. I don't know. I mean, do I think he's the love of my life? No. No. But I felt like it could have been a comfortable life, an enjoyable life. If only he was a little less selfish and like actually gave a fuck about me more than his comfort. Maybe in time that could have happened, but anyway, yeah, when someone ghosts me or abuses me or whatever, I like to burn the bridge. I like to burn the bridge because I know myself, I'm very forgiving. Too fucking forgiving. It's like you have amnesia about all the bad times, and then you start getting nostalgic about the good times. It's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. And then like with the ENFP, you block him, then he just calls you from another number. What, to see if I'll still answer? To stroke your ego? And then you disappear again? I don't know. No, I feel bummed because I just feel like, I don't know. I feel bummed because I don't know. Okay, that's the answer. Got it. Okay, I'm just rambling at this point. But at least I brushed my hair. There's so many days I don't bother brushing my hair, and I need to cut it because it's like, you know, when it gets so long and then the split ends and then it gets really knotty, and then you have to like try to brush out the knots. Yeah. Yep. So, dear lover, loving girl, talking to myself, what is something that we need to know right now about our love life? What's something we need to know right now? The eternal child. I need to get into my inner child and be happy. And yeah, I'm a spiritual warrior. apparently my soul chose this spiritual warrior. It's what my soul wanted. And I asked the psychic the other day, whenever that was, 2-3 weeks ago, I was like, what percentage am I healed? She's like, I don't know. I can't tell you that. And I'm like, okay, well, how much longer do I need to heal? And she's like, you're always gonna be needing to heal. And I was like, God damn it. Not what I wanted to hear. Oh. It just feels like it never stops. It never stops. But I know that when I find my person, I don't know. I'm kind of worried that that won't happen. Worried that that won't happen. And you know, the shrooms, there's certain things it won't tell you. Because on shrooms, when I was, thinking of the ENFP, I'm like, well, he's perfect for me. He's the perfect one. And then the shrooms were like, yeah, he is the perfect one. He's the perfect one to help you, like, grow and heal and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, is there someone else? Like, it wouldn't give me answers. It's like, hey, it's up to you. You can choose to be with him or you can choose to be with someone else. And I'm just like, thanks a lot. But yeah, I mean, when someone has like such deep issues, I think it's really hard. Really, really hard. But I was also thinking that having FI parent, becoming aware of yourself and having FI parent, I think it's possible. It's possible to heal. In this lifetime, I don't know. Anything's possible. But same with the ENTP. I mean, he had TI parent, so he was aware. But the intentions, the intentions. I don't trust people that are overly selfish. Very sensitive to that now, because I'm so used to being like taken advantage of, manipulated, people taking from me, and I'm not gonna let that happen again. Kind of sucks. I really like the EPs, but like the ENPs, but they have SI inferior, so literally they're gonna have to grow the fuck up in their inferior function and use it as an aspirational function. Otherwise, there's no chance. No chance. Yeah, that goes with any type. I mean, even if it's an ISTJ, you still need to grow your NE inferior. Like, I don't want you to want me just because, like, you want to be needed. No. I need to be with someone who feels whole and complete already. And who doesn't need me to need him, who doesn't need me to want him, who doesn't need validation, all that shit. He just wants to be with me because he sees how awesome I am. And we really give each other, it's hard to find, really hard to find. So I think I've rambled enough. It's 4:44.